So we are here today at Expedia Group's special WiT Studio to interview someone that I've known for a long time, Kerry Healy, who is the Chief Commercial Officer for Accor. Welcome. Thanks for coming today. You're a true citizen of the world. Gosh, I think you've lived in every continent.
Not quite, but many.
Australia, Europe, Africa, and Asia.
Indeed.
And in fact, today it's your last day in Singapore. You're headed out to embark on a new journey in Dubai.
It is. It's like my last official act, Sarah, on my EP before I jump on a plane tonight. So flying across to Dubai and start a new chapter.
So, one of the things I've always admired about you is your strategic insights and thinking, and also your ability to sort of scan the market and see where the opportunities lie. And so really excited to hear more from you today. And with that, should we kick on into the questions?
Sounds great.
So first and foremost, tell me more about your new role and also how it's going to change when you move to Dubai.
Okay, so I guess for me, it's not a new role. I'm relocating, but the fact that I'm moving to Dubai is a decision I've made sort of 9 months into the role to want to experience something new. It's been a wonderful 12 years learning all about Asia, which, allows you to have those strategic insights and to be able to really think about how to pull all the pieces together and create the strategy and drive the flows. So for me, it's just the next step. And now that the region is inclusive of the Middle East, I'm just excited to see what the opportunity is to really bring those natural flows together. I mean, it's I guess both regions are similar in a lot of ways.
You lead me to my next question, which is now that you've been, 9 months in the role, what are some of the similarities and differences that you see between the two regions?
I mean, you got to start with the fact that it's just so, both regions are so culturally rich, right? You absolutely need a local market strategy in many of the countries. You can't just operate, obviously, out of English. You really do need to consider local language and then how those consumers are wanting to be spoken with, what type of content they want to have and what channel they want to have. I would say Asia Pacific is more mature. I mean, notwithstanding, you have some really big domestic markets, Australia, Japan, Korea, China, right? Indonesia, Bali. So perhaps on first glance, the Middle East is probably more reliant on, I call them like the octopus markets. They need those long haul markets coming in to feed them. But there's certainly a lot of intra-regional opportunity in the Middle East and just the generic flows between MEA APAC.
Right.
I think both regions have sizable transport hubs. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun unpacking all the opportunities and really rather than 3 different strategies running across, one for Pacific, one for Asia, one for the Middle East, Africa, I think the harmonization of that is where the magic is going to start.
Yeah. Very exciting. We can see a lot of opportunity in the Middle East. And
Indeed.
obviously a lot of people are talking about India. So
Indeed.
Excited to see what you learn.
Yeah, thank you.
And then you mentioned China briefly. Everyone's talking about the big China comeback. Obviously here in Asia, it's something we're all looking out for. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're seeing and if that's meeting expectations?
I mean, I guess I think we possibly had hoped for more. But, if we were being disciplined and just looking at the data points, we've been tracking flight capacity like most companies have. So we use OAG data. And I would say that month-on-month, quarter-by-quarter data has been relatively accurate. So we tempered expectation in the business, both back to Paris, but also to our own hotels. So I would say that we only gently started to put China back into our hotel budgets for the last quarter of this year. So FIT is coming back. Markets like Singapore rebounding perhaps a little bit faster than some of the other markets. But I don't anticipate it to be anything more than about 60% recovery by the end of this year. And it's the group's business that's not quite there yet.
Right.
But I would say the remarkable thing about the recovery in Asia has been the level of recovery without China. And that comes to the diversification of segmentation mix, origin mix of our customers. And that's not, that's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. There's some very large markets in Asia
Indeed.
as well as large domestic markets. So
Yeah,
I think
indeed.
we've all learned positive things from that.
I think so. Yeah, one big takeaway, diversification.